Hey, welcome to World Entertainment, and there's a new rumour doing the round. Is Grant Gustin returning as the Flash in James Gunn's DCU? After rumours came about after a viral social media photo. The photo was Grant Gustin apparently dyed his hair blonde, or at least somewhat strawberry blonde. And this got everybody pumped, where it's an image of Grant Gustin either working out or something with longer hair, but it's like blonde highlights almost. And the thing said Grant Gustin's chances of returning as the DCU's Flash just increased, even though he didn't have blonde hair in the show. But let's dive into it, because of course someone asks James Gunn flat out. Well, he more kind of tags him into not a question but more of a statement, and Gunn responds. Part of the statement, by the way, is funny. So it's saying here, James Gunn opens up on the rumours about Grant Gustin coming back as the Flash in his DCU franchise. While the Arrowverse franchise has ended, many are still hoping to see Gustin return in the future as the fastest man alive after his TV show ended in 2023. And I have to admit, I would love to see Grant Gustin come back as the Flash, because he was a great Flash. I did watch the Flash TV series. I dipped out before the final season. I can't quite remember why. I think I kind of got distracted and just never went back to it. Plus, it did start going a little downhill, but I still really liked it for a good long while, and he was a fantastic Barry Allen. So, after rumours began to spark about Gustin supposedly getting ready to reprise the role of the Flash, it didn't take long for Gunn to get asked about it on Trades. The DC Studios co-CEO gave the following response. So, again, you see there it says asked about it. He doesn't get asked about it. This is what this person wrote. So they added James Gunn. So it's, ask James Gunn, if Grant Gustin is not the Flash of the DCU, we will riot. If it's Elliot Page, you hate Flash fans even more. Hashtag Gustin or nothing. The Elliot Page part is hilarious, because do you remember when they were talking about introducing the new Flash, and I think it was like Ellen Page. I don't know why they're even saying Elliot. That people were like, ooh, the rumour is she's going to play the character, and people were going nuts. So Gunn responded to that anyway, saying, I keep being told people are going to riot over things, but I am, as of yet, to see a riot. Love Grant, by the way. I don't know what Elliot has to do with anything. Now that part is also funny, because it's like, you don't know about the whole campaign of people trying to get Elliot Page cast as the Flash? Come on, dude. There's no way you don't know about that. I do think it's a bit of one of those kind of taking a shot at people, because it's kind of him saying like, yeah, you keep saying you're going to do these things if I don't do what you say, but I keep doing the things I want to do and you do nothing. So that's kind of like, don't antagonize the fan base. You need the fan base. What he should have said is, I didn't hear about this rumor, blah blah blah, or started out saying, I do love Grant Gustin, but you know, we're going to try maybe something different, or we're not looking at the Flash at this stage, or something like that, instead of that antagonizing kind of response to start it off with. So the initial speculation began when photos of Gustin dyeing his hair blonde emerged on social media. So Gustin has not responded to the theories about him coming back as Barry Allen, as his new blonde hair is likely for another role. It's also quite possible that the Arrowverse veteran didn't do this for a gig at all, which is true. He may have just done it for shits and giggles. So the DC TV lead is set to star in Miller's McQueen's upcoming film Rooster, which has already wrapped principal photography according to Deadline on December 12th, 2025. As far as plans for The Flash in the DCU's Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters are concerned, DC Studios has not formally revealed what they are doing with the Scarlet Speeder. And that is one thing. There are good few characters that they have not mentioned yet, like Aquaman, obviously the Flash, Cyborg, the actual Green Lantern, all these type of things. So we are obviously getting snippets of the Lantern Corps and stuff, but the actual main people that they want to focus on hasn't been revealed. Of course, Wonder Woman's not in the mix as of yet. We know they are trying to work on a movie for her, and of course, Batman's nowhere in sight as of now. So, this continues saying, one of the Flash's biggest villains will, however, soon take a big spotlight in an upcoming DCU project. Gorilla Grodd is reportedly set to be the main villain for Season 1 of the upcoming Jimmy Olsen spin-off series, with Skylar Gisondo, or however you pronounce it, reprising his role from Superman. So, that is actually an interesting point, that they are taking one of the Flash's villains and put them into that show. So, what will happen by the time all of this comes about? We don't know yet. There's absolutely no indication as of yet what the intentions are going forward with characters like the Flash, and as I said, Cyborg and Aquaman and all of these people. And that is where questions start getting raised. Is like, you're introducing all the other characters that we've even met before, like Hawkgirl. We met Hawkgirl in the Flash. That's where she started before she ended up in the what was the other show called? Is it Legends of Tomorrow? I think that was what it was called. But she got introduced in the Flash. So a lot of those kind of side characters they introduced in that series, and then of course others were introduced in Arrow and stuff like that. So it's weird that they are focusing on those side characters rather than the main focus. So it is one of those questions of, where do these other characters fit in at this stage anyway? And he said nothing for ever, basically, since he started, about Flash. I think someone did bring up when he first kind of came aboard of, hey, will you bring Grant Gustin in as the Flash? And I think he said there was no plans for a talk with him at that stage, but he loves Grant Gustin and all this crap. And I think at that time he said, we'll see what happens, but who knows? So there is that kind of question of, would it be Grant Gustin? Would Grant Gustin even want to do it? I think he did respond as well to someone asking him, where he was kind of like, it depends. Grant Gustin would be great as the Flash. He was great in the show. He would be great. I remember everyone said like he should have been the Flash in the movie, and yeah, especially when you get Ezra Miller, he definitely should have been. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And the way things are going with James Gunn, I wouldn't hold my breath on him bringing in Grant Gustin. He'll probably make us up bloody brother to Scarlet Speedster, because why not? Or some other friend he knows. So we'll wait and see. But the rumour doing the round is that Grant Gustin was getting ready to return because he dyed his hair, which again makes no real sense, being the fact that his hair was black in the show. Obviously, his hair was not like Grant Gustin's, but the Flash's hair was blonde in the comics. Sometimes, not all the time, I don't think. But we'll wait and see what happens. What do you guys think? Who would you like to see as the Flash in the DCU? Would you rather keep it as Grant Gustin, or do you think they should take someone brand new, like Elliot Page? Let me know in the comments. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Cheers. I'll catch you in the next one.